Hello and welcome to another episode of Ashley Haden's Political Breakdown, a self-indulgent show where I talk with people about the week's news and try not to cry. This week's guests are...
Kirsten Brown.
And...
Guy Woodhouse.
Delightful. Right, who's got a story to start with then?
Me, I've read the news. So, Mark Field...
Yes.
Who escorted a woman from the building by shoving her and then grabbing her by the neck, and he is a wanker.
Yes.
Because of that. And I was on Twitter this morning, and there are loads of people that are saying it's okay. It's not okay, and it makes.
Well, no, it was assault.
Yeah, exactly. But there's loads of like gammon people on Twitter who were saying that it's like he had every right to do it, and if they were in that situation, they would have done it.
I mean, the main worry with it is that his instinct is to attack a woman.
I know.
People said, he panicked, and I know. I mean, that's what I do when I panic. It doesn't matter. If I start panicking, I go outside, nearest woman, drop kick her.
Yeah.
Straight away.
I'm sorry I punched you in the face.
Yeah. I panicked. I panicked about 20 minutes ago. I panicked. It took me a long time to find a woman. Actually, I'll be honest with you. They all seem to be hiding because men seem to be attacking them. Well, what do you think should happen to him?
I think that he should never be allowed to be in a position of power again, because he is a violent little shit.
What is his role? He's an MP, but is he...
Foreign Office Minister.
Okay, well, that is quite an important...
Yeah.
Almost the face of the country.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. And he also looks like, there's a still on the Twitter of like him grabbing her, and he looks like a hamster. Like, if you've ever, this is quite bad to say this, but have you ever squeezed a hamster?
No.
And their eyes pop out. I did it when I was little, I'm not proud of it. He looks like that, while he's grabbing her neck.
Well, I mean, because everyone's excuses were interesting for him. When everyone was coming out saying, she could have been armed. She snuck up on him. She did
not look like she could be armed. She looked like she was called Jacqueline.
Well, she had papers on her, and she could have been armed with facts, and that really, really will get a bunch of fucking Tory MPs worried.
Yeah.
So they said, she snuck up on him. What, in a shiny red dress?
Yeah, she walked past him. She walked past his chair. That's all that happened. I
mean, he could have used an air horn and been fucking less subtle than what he was fucking wearing.
And do you know what makes it worse is they all applauded when she got kicked out.
Yeah.
Like a room full of people watched a woman being manhandled and then applauded.
I'm not sure what you would have expected to happen.
Were they all Tories? What was the event?
It was Hammond talking, Philip Hammond, and it was a dinner. I believe, as he chucked her out, he said, "This is what happens when you interrupt our dinner." Which is, I mean, it really does put it into perspective what their care and concern is. You fucked up my main course.
The caviar didn't taste the same afterwards. Shit, that's quite rapey.
Well, it's been an interesting week for the Tory party. You had another MP has created a by-election. So a by-election is going to be held in Brecon and another word that I can't fucking read from my writing. And it's MP Chris Davis, and he was convicted of false expenses claim in March.
Nice.
And so they've done a by-election. So you've had him, you've had Mark Fields, you had Boris last night having the police called for a domestic disturbance.
That was Guy's thing that he was going to talk about.
It all mixes into one.
Yeah, it's not ideal, is it?
No.
I generally believe that you can separate the person from the politics a little bit, but it's becoming harder and harder to have that view when there's the conversation and discourse rightly is about kind of empowering women, and then the people who are in charge clearly instinctively don't.
Yeah.
And it's kind of a tricky conversation to have.
Yeah.
But taking away the person from the politics, if the politics is their opinion, which for the majority of the time it is, what are you taking away exactly? This isn't the music from the person, it's the fucking politician, you know?
I guess there's nuance within any position, and politics is often quite binary, and therefore if you kind of go down that path too much, debate is stifled and meaningful discussion is tricky.
I mean, I get very annoyed with this idea of you have to treat everyone in this fucking coddled way, otherwise you stop debate. For a lot of the time, I don't want to debate these fucking people.
Yeah,
They're
fair.
fundamentally wrong. There's a reason that you do not debate racists on whether or not racism is fucking right or not, because they are just wrong.
I agree with that.
Yeah, and this is the same with these people who, all these politicians, if you're voting against equal rights, if you're voting for austerity, if you're voting against the NHS, and you want to debate me, you can go jump off a cliff, mate. You know, simple as that. Their politics is their people. This is what they believe.
Yeah, but a lot.
Or they're getting fucking lobbying and getting paid for it.
A lot of people. You can't shout at me because I'm scared. But a lot of people who are extremely rich that I have met have been brought up in households where you are this or we disown you. Like, you are going to be like working for BP and you're going to be a massive twat, or we disown you. Like, so they're in a way indoctrinated to believe that this is what they need to do.
Okay then, well then my argument would be, once they decide to not put every minority or young person
Oh, don't
under
get
the
me wrong,
same,
they're arseholes.
then I'll look after, then I'll have an
Yeah.
ounce of a tear for
But
these.
like, what I find, yeah, and I know, and you're right, but like, I have sat and explained to someone why racism is wrong, and they genuinely were like, oh, no one's ever explained that to me.
I mean, do you just think they're thick as shit though?
I just think they go along with, like, they think, oh, that person's alright, I will go along with whatever they say because they seem like they know what
I
they're
think there's a
talking
lack
about.
of curiosity. Until you're challenged, often you don't consider your view.
Yeah.
And so when you're challenged, if you respond correctly and listen and engage with the argument, then that's positive. The problem is if they kind of don't engage.
Well, I think that their education has a lot to answer for.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
I think we're starting to get to a point where we have to get to where we realise that just because you go to Eton or
Yeah.
Cambridge or Oxford, you can still be thick as shit and not be allowed, and not be allowed near a fucking pet rock.
Yeah. I found it like, so I work in a bookshop in Richmond, and when I first moved there, everyone was so fucking rich and posh that I thought they were all intelligent. But it's taken me a while to realise they may sound intelligent and may be rich, but a lot of them are fucking thick.
Yes.
Like, really thick, but they're taken much more seriously because of the way they speak or because they went to Eton.
I don't think Eton should be allowed to teach kids.
I don't know if they call it teaching, would you?
Moulding,
Yeah.
you know, the same way you would mould a turd.
Yeah, a lovely sloppy one. Sorry, I'm thinking of Boris.
Got any other news stories? 'Cause I think we've covered how awful that cunt is.
Which one? Oh, Boris.
No, Mark Field
Mark
was the
Field,
cunt
yeah.
I was talking about at that point.
Yeah.
I mean, Boris Johnson. Oh, is he certain to win? Is he certain?
I would say yeah.
Yeah.
Because he seems to be doing his best to not.
No, I think he's... Now, I've got a conspiracy theory for this, is the
Good.
Russians are now involved.
Well, he does have links, though. Like,
Yeah, but what are they doing?
Well, I don't know, but I've seen Homeland.
I mean, well, you've sold it for me. I don't even need you to elaborate. I think you've covered that perfectly.
Thank you.
Except
Right.
slight issues.
Okay.
What are the Russians actually doing? Because seemingly they're trying to get Boris in, yeah?
Yes.
And so they've done that by making him seem like one of the most incompetent, vile people. Because then it's with like all the others, it was social media and everything else, fake news going on. With Boris, you've only got 0.3% of the population who are going to be voting for our next PM.
The Tory election isn't it? From this point on, do the Tories vote themselves, or is it now up to the public?
it's never up to the
Never
public,
up,
unless there's a general
So
election.
within the Tory party, all the Russians had to do was convince them that Boris was going to be the leader. So they just offered them money. Surely it's just
The
money.
Tory chairman's made quite a lot of money from calories and investments in Russia, and no one really knows where that money came from.
Exactamundo, mi amigo. So it's basically, we're living in Homeland. And they're convincing the public slowly with all of, like you said, the fake news. So...
Yeah, but there hasn't been any The only fake news is him talking. Everything else actually happened.
No, but like the whole Brexit bus thing, like people were absolutely convinced that was true, and he's never addressed it.
Well, I mean, he has addressed it by saying that it's true, but he's going to court as well over that.
I feel like what's going to happen is we're going to end up in. Do you remember Gladstone? You wouldn't remember because you weren't alive.
I remember Gladstone well.
Gladstone,
good friend.
Yeah, Gladstone and Disraeli.
Yes.
And they were like in and out of office. They would swap places over years and years and years. And I feel like that's going to be what happens with Boris and someone from Labour.
It's going to be fucking Corbyn, isn't it? Good God, another herpes of politics.
I know.
Can't get rid of these fucking people, can you?
He's the herpes that you get in the corner of your mouth. Like,
Yeah.
Subtle, but it's there.
Oh God, what a fucking vile prick. I hate him. I hate them all.
What? Okay, carry on.
No, as I say though, we got 0.3% of the population. Russia normally do via like the internet and stuff, and the average age of Tory voters is dead. I mean, like the average age of Tory members
65?
is 65, 67.
Well, if it was up to the public, they would have no chance whatsoever.
The irony with Boris is people think he's a success because he was mayor of London, and they say London's kind of multicultural, kind of diverse. He can take that vote, but his whole approach in London was to target the outer boroughs and kind of ignore the centre.
Yeah.
So the idea that he can reach places that other Tories can't is clearly nonsense anyway. Yeah. So it's quite a tricky.
He's a bellend.
He's not a good man. He's not a good man. So from one contentious subject to another.
Yeah.
Head of ITV comedy. She said that she will no longer commission any shows with all male writing teams or just a token woman. You think this is a good thing or a bad thing? Let's have the bad answer first.
This seems like a good thing.
Man answer. The terrified man answer. Yeah, keep going.
Well, it's a good thing, right? You want a diversity of voices in comedy, and the more diverse the voice, the more interesting the comedy. Basically, the caveat to this is that Kirsten, my relationship is essentially Kirsten constantly reminding me that I'm not quite as woke as I think I am, and me doing my best. That's our dynamic.
Yeah, Guy is all like, I'm really supportive of women, but then he'll not be. But he doesn't realise, so I have to educate him.
And then I improve.
Yeah, I probably should have said at the start that I'm not editing any of this. So if you say something that you don't want to go out there, whoops.
Okay.
So be very careful at this point.
I think my only worry would be that the Russians are watching this.
I mean, if anyone's watching this, I'm going to be fucking surprised.
I watched the last one. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, wasn't your boyfriend on the last one?
I mean, yeah.
I mean, it kind of gave the reason, didn't it?
I loved it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So, what's your opinion of it as a?
I have a complex opinion on it because feminism is about wanting equality.
Yes.
And there are lots of things working against women, but I would personally say that an all-male writing team being banned is not something that's going to help. I would say that if she would have, what's her name?
I didn't write it down.
If I was in her position, I would have said, I am going to forcibly encourage more women to be on writing teams. I wouldn't have said I'm banning all male, because then you get all the incels who are going to be like, oh, women are going to kill men, they're out to kill us all. So she's just, I think, riled them up maybe.
Yeah, I think that forced diversity at the moment is needed. I don't necessarily agree with it, but I do think it is needed because we are not in a world where we treat everyone equal. And so until we get to a point where we get a CV and we treat it on the back of the actual CV and not their sex, their colour, their sexuality, then it has to be forced. And hopefully in a few years' time, when everyone realises that putting black James Bond or a female writing
I actually had
team.
a fight with someone who said that there should not be a black James Bond recently. Because he said it wouldn't suit the role.
Why?
Because the guy would be black. So this was what my fight was. I was just like, what? How can you not have a black James Bond? Because it wouldn't have suited it.
I mean, suggest it wouldn't have done if it was like the 60s.
Yeah.
Then, I mean, he would have to have.
Which is, I'm pretty sure his ideas came straight out of the
Yeah.
60s.
But now, I mean, it's absolutely fine. It's demonstrably fine. Of course you can.
I know, and Idris Elba's fit not to objectify men.
I mean, like, I objectify who you like. Just treat everyone equal. You know, just this is it. Like you can.
I feel like you're changing my mind about the ITV thing. I think that I probably was trying to pacify men by saying it shouldn't have been forcibly done, but actually I think maybe you're right.
I think as a short-term measure, it feels like the right thing to do.
Well, and if you're writing stuff just on your own, what they're not saying is like if you had David Mitchell and Robert Webb did their sketch show and they wrote all of the sketches. They're not saying, well, no, we're not having this. It's simply like when you bring in a writing team onto the second or third series of something, and it can't just be a bunch of fucking white men going, now how would this woman feel?
Yeah, because if you read a book written by a man in a woman's voice, it's fucking awful.
Oh, yes, and a lot of the fucking sex scenes, how it's written, you think, oh no, I'm not comfortable with any of this. I don't like any rape scene written by a man.
Yeah.
Because you just say, oh mate, what are you, is this your fucking fetish?
Yeah.
What the fuck
and
is
it
this?
obviously is as well.
And for some reason, she enjoyed it. What the fuck is wrong with you, mate? Christ.
You wouldn't get that with Julie Cooper.
I mean, I
you haven't read it, have you?
No.
I've seen the covers.
I'm not even sure if I can go that far. I know.
Riding Crops, that's her, right? That's Julie Cooper.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, don't ask me. She was the one talking about it.
A lot of talking about members.
Oh, okay, right, yeah.
Not in like the club sense.
Hounds, that one?
Oh, yeah.
I'm doing my best, huh?
Good, okay.
So do we have any other stories that you brought along with you?
Oh,
I mean, you were literally saying to me yesterday, oh my god, I've been making notes all week.
I have. In my head. The notes are in my head. No, there is another one. A woman has been on TV because she has received a nose job from the NHS because she told them she was depressed and suicidal when she wasn't. And she said herself, I was flirting with the doctor and he put in a good word for me and so I got a free nose job.
Okay. God, I hate people. How do you think this is going to affect things? I mean, are you for it? Are you against it? What's your opinion of it then?
No, I'm not for it. I think she should have paid for her nose job if she wanted a nose job.
Like 7k, wasn't it?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
But you can, I've looked into these things and you can do it on like you pay a certain amount a month for however many years. Just do that.
Yeah, I mean, you could do instalments. Do they give you a nose in instalments? Like every time you pay, it's a little change.
I don't know.
I thought you said you've done some research into it.
Well, I don't know if they give you a nose in instalments. I think what they do is do the operation and then afterwards you pay in instalments.
But what happens if you don't pay?
Country.
Do they just fucking punch your face or something and
I
break
don't
your
know,
nose?
just move country and then you got a free
There
nose.
needs to be more research done on this.
But also, my main point was going to be that she obviously didn't feel comfortable enough in her own skin, and I think that's what would need to be addressed.
Well, it comes into, because if it's very difficult to lie or to be shown to be lying about something like depression, because it's not an outward.
Well, she'd never you know, they do like surveys and things on people. I'm speaking for experience. But they will give you a survey and then you'll be diagnosed. She'd never even had an appointment about it.
So is the doctor to blame at this point then?
Yeah, I think so. Because he fancied her.
Did they end up doing anything together?
Don't think so.
No, so he just gave her a nose job and went, oh, that's it. Yeah. That's going to come back to fucking bite me.
Guy, you're very quiet here. Do you think that she should have had the nose job?
I don't have an opinion on her nose job. I don't feel it. I guess I feel it's my business or my. I guess it is because it's NHS money, and I mean it could be arguably better spent. But Yeah.
On people with cancer and stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, this is
And stuff.
Yeah. I agree. It could have been better spent, but we do this argument quite a lot as people, where we go, "Oh yeah, it could have been done," and then you pick the worst fucking thing. Go, "Oh yeah, it could have gone to saving little babies' lives who need exactly £7,000 for a new nose." Like, instead it was used on her. I mean, you're right. It could have potentially gone to cancer patients, but I doubt very much that's how the money works. I think it's a department aspect.
Also, the NHS pisses so much money off the wall on consultants who get paid like £1,000 a day.
Yes.
So,
But then that's PFI and everything else, and the privatisation of the NHS, and we haven't either the time nor the care to go through that today.
I love how grumpy you are. It makes me happy.
Right. Next story is another fun one. 2 teenage neo-Nazis have been jailed for terror offences after encouraging an attack on Prince Harry for marrying a woman of mixed race. And so they're part of a group called Sonnenkring Division. The Old Bailey said their online propaganda was abhorrent and criminal. And so they used like Gab social media to spread hate and suggest people
What's
terror.
Gabs? What's that?
Gab is not Twitter.
It's like specifically right wing, isn't it?
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
so like not filtered. A lot of Twitter.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like a forum especially for.
Okay, so
Love
you tune
it.
if you want to hear that stuff.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, so
I
people
know
who get banned from Twitter
Yeah.
go on to Gab.
Because you
Okay.
just want points because you haven't heard of it because it means you're not right wing.
It's just a thought it should be noted, you know.
I mean, I have heard of it, but that's because I try to learn and grow.
And now I have.
Yeah.
So.
Good.
Try to get that. I'm not right wing. I haven't heard of it. It's fucking pointing it at me, like because I have heard of it. I'm not right wing. I ain't fucking having that, mate. Come onto my fucking show, start calling me a Nazi, and go fuck off, mate. Here are your pretty hair, bell end.
Your hair's like the same.
Yeah, I was
length,
going to say,
though.
it's quite similar.
Yeah, it's not though, is it? So, you've put effort into yours, at least.
I can't have this conversation because he doesn't wash his hair and it really upsets me.
You don't wash your hair
Once a week.
once a week.
Yeah.
That's
I
not
remember that's on now. So if this does get picked up, those comments are going to be beautiful.
Yeah, okay, I want people to tell him off for not washing his hair.
I mean, you do you, lad. You know.
If you get anything from this podcast, sorry, Ashley.
Don't worry. Now, my question about this is: we see the rise of the far right and everything, and free speech extremists.
Yeah.
They're being jailed for speech, really. Why are the
Wait, did you say they were planning an attack?
no jail for terror offences for encouraging? Because Prince Harry married
Meghan.
That's her name. Markle.
She had a nose job, apparently. Sorry.
Oh, you're addicted to who has and
I
who
love
hasn't.
celebrity gossip. Apparently, before she was allowed to marry into the royal family, she had a nose job. I don't know if that's true. Sorry, Meghan.
Before she was allowed?
Yeah.
Not because she was like an actress
Well,
in
they
Hollywood.
go through like boot camp.
What conspiracy theorist fucking website have you been looking on to fucking get this tripe?
OK Magazine.
Oh, fuck me sideways, come on.
Oh, it's really fun to make you angry. But you know, Kate Middleton went to that boot camp.
No.
There's a
I
boot
don't
camp
care.
for future royals.
Yeah, they need to know
Quite.
that you're not going to like get pissed and like hit one of the princes at 4 a.m. or something. They need to know that you can handle yourself.
Okay.
I mean, they're just so backward. This whole fucking royals and everything else, it's backward as the day is fucking long. It's weird.
Yeah.
Everything about it, everything fucking about. I don't know. Are you a royalist?
I'm ambivalent. I'm not like a rabid monarchist or rabid Republican. I'm just kind of, they're there.
They
I mean, they are
They
there.
exist. And I'm kind of, you know.
Yeah. I would imagine you're anti-royal.
I'm anti a lot of things.
No.
A lot. I don't think we have democracy in this country. I despise royals. I mean, the whole argument about tourism, as though no one goes to the pyramids because they don't have fucking alive pharaohs in. We can just fucking, I'd say concrete up fucking Buckingham Palace with them all in there, make it a mass grave, let people fucking come and tour to that.
Okay, so you wouldn't move them into like a council flat in...
No, because you're still going to be giving them money. I'm not saying kill the royals, I don't think you should. I know you can't joke about anything. That's bullshit, you can joke
Just
about
say
whatever
allegedly.
you like.
Allegedly.
What have I got to use for you? Caveat. Yeah.
Allegedly.
Yeah, because all these people have done is they've said stuff. They may have encouraged terrorist attacks, but all they've done is words. That's all they've done. And now what we're being told constantly by the right-wing free speech extreme knobheads that fucking go along and say you can't say anything except all the stuff that they fucking say. Why aren't they defending these neo-Nazis?
Are they not?
No. They're not defending it. They never defended fucking Amjad Chowdhury when he was put in prison for 8 years. They weren't there for then.
Shit, because they don't want their reputation to get sullied, I reckon. They're trying to present themselves.
Imagine them caring about their reputation.
No, but there's a very specific way that they want to come across.
Yes.
Anything other than that, they'll disown. It's like when you leave a cult, you're like disowned for life.
Yeah.
I would say this issue boils down to young people not being looked after and heard, and therefore turning to extremely right-wing things because they've been told that's what's good.
No, I disagree with
Incorrect.
that. No, I disagree with that because like if it's like crime and everything else, like the rise of knife crime with the youth, understand that, and that argument, they're not being listened to, things have been taken away. But using that as an excuse for them becoming neo-Nazis, that is fucking that's giving them too much credit.
They've been like, when they were young and vulnerable, someone's got hold of them and been like, all black people are terrible, Hitler was lovely. I think that's the actual training program.
Sounds like an A4 printout. The key points.
Yes. So I think they were just got at a vulnerable age and they genuinely believe what they're saying. But I don't think the right thing to do is to let people get to that certain point and then punish them. I think you should stop it before it begins.
Yes, but we have re-education camps in this country. Like there is over in China, where...
Oh, that sounds scary.
Xinjiang, there's a number of training, re-education camps, which are basically fucking concentration camps where they put the Muslim population into...
Oh yeah, I've heard about these.
Yeah. To take away their extreme
it's terrifying
views.
that concentration camps exist and no one's doing anything about it.
Concentration have always existed.
I know.
You know, I mean, over in the US, what we've got now, in the US you've got people saying, well, they're not actually concentration camps there because it's not called Auschwitz.
Yeah.
It's the only time you're going to have a concentration camp if it's set up by a German to kill Jews, which is utter bollocks. No one learns from history.
I know.
No one learns. Why is everyone so stupid? Guy, why is everyone so stupid?
Answer this.
It's Facebook, isn't it?
There you go. Solved. Done.
Fucking hell.
Facebook. It's because of Facebook. Any more?
Do I need to elaborate?
Yep.
Yeah. I've got to the point now where I realise I'm out of my depth in this because I don't read enough, but I'll do my best. No, Facebook's an interesting one. I joined it when I started doing comedy because I wasn't in it before, and it's quite the echo chamber thing's quite scary. You suggest a view, and then the algorithm will never suggest views that are similar to yours, so people get siloed, and that breeds extremism. When people are only talking to people with the same viewpoint, extremism spreads, and this is quite a point that's been paid several times by people more eloquent than me. But that's essentially the point, isn't it? When you're only talking to people with the same opinion as you, your views get more and more extreme, and they're not challenged. And that's why neo-Nazism is flourishing right now.
There's also the extreme left as well. There was, I think you've already spoken about this, but you know that woman that was screaming in that guy's face?
Yes.
That to me was quite scary.
Yeah, I mean, we shouldn't. I mean, you don't call everyone a Nazi. I agree with that. Not everyone is a Nazi. I think it's we are at a point where anyone does anything, you're a Nazi. A lot of them do have fascist tendencies. They have authoritarian views. They are right to far right, but they're not fucking goose stepping around the place and praising Hitler. You know, this is it. I mean, we're at a point where you can't even call someone a racist if they're being racist, because everyone's there going, oh, everyone just gets called a racist. Everyone just gets called a racist. Like, yeah, but he's kicking a black man to death. You know, saying down with the blacks. He's racist. Yeah, everyone's getting called a racist now. Though everyone, it's ridiculous. It's terrible.
Yeah.
Sometimes people are just racist. When someone is called a racist, it's because they're racist. It's not some fucking far left, everyone's a fucking Nazi.
People are very defensive, but like I think a lot of the time people listened, if someone called them racist and they went, oh, why do you think that?
Yeah, exactly.
They would understand what they're doing is racist.
No, I disagree. I
feel really naive. I feel like I'm like got.
No, I tell you how many times people have changed their minds after being explained where they were racist. 4 in their history, and one of them was ironic.
Hang on a minute.
Oh, I thought you were going to list them.
Yeah, I want them to be listed.
Yeah.
Is one of them John Cleese?
1684. That was one time.
Who was that?
Dave.
Oh yeah,
I so fell for that. Yeah. I was like, shit, he does really know stuff. Dave.
It was Dave.
Yeah. Good.
Dave, Julie, Theodore, and Alvin. And Alvin was the ironic one. This is.
You missed out Simon.
Yeah, I was going to say.
I was trying to make it not as obvious that I was just doing.
Yeah.
So I left out.
Yeah, well done.
Yeah, I mean, this is the thing. I worry that I just don't have a good view on humanity, and so a lot of my things are a bit harsh.
Well, no, I think you're right, because it's frustrating to watch people having gone to school and learned about the rise of Nazi Germany to then watch what's happening now and not have spotted it like 10 years ago.
Yeah. Well, I mean, racism has never gone away. It's something my dad always said, and he'd always had a problem with the PC culture. Which I mean, I don't necessarily subscribe to the idea of a PC culture. I think it's don't be a cunt, and that's literally it.
Yeah.
And then everyone goes on going, why can't people just be nice?
Yeah.
They go, because you called it PC, dickhead.
Yeah.
That's why. Because everyone was being nice, but that didn't get rid of the racists. It just shamed the racists, which I think was better. You're not going to get rid of racists, are you?
No, but they need to know that what they're saying is unacceptable.
Yes.
Because like when, sorry Guy, you were going to say something.
Oh, I mean, I think you can get rid of racism through education. If people learn different facts or learn more facts, you will change their view.
Yeah, there was that woman.
And I'm not saying it will disappear completely,
yeah.
but through enlightened conversation, discussion, and kind of awareness, of course you can reduce.
I think
racism.
that children
Reduce, yes, not get rid of.
Of course, yeah, but that's fundamental.
Do you hear about that woman in America who, like, she separated her children in her class into brown eyes and blue eyes?
Yeah, it was a famous study. That was the 70s, wasn't it?
Yeah, a while ago.
Yeah.
When the civil rights movement was happening. I'm not very good at dates. 60s, 70s?
The 60s
I think it was
the
Dave,
civil rights
wasn't it?
movement.
Yes, when Dave was involved.
Dave and Theodore.
Yeah.
Yeah, so she separated them, and she was prejudiced and treated one side really badly for the whole day. Like, they weren't allowed privileges or anything, and they had to sit on the floor and stuff. And at the end of the day, she said, why do you think I've done this? And they all went, I don't know, because that person had blue eyes. And she said, is that reasonable? And then she related it to racism, because racism is the pigment of your skin.
I mean, it's like...
I sound quite fit, can you tell I've had a drink?
Oh, it's slightly different what happened, because it was about the kids. She split them up, between blue eyes and brown eyes, but she told the blue-eyed kids that they were fantastic, they were better, and put the brown-eyed kids down. And then they went out to play, and within like 15 minutes, the blue-eyed kids were treating the brown-eyed kids like they were inferior.
Yeah.
But apart from that, you were right with everything else.
So, like, propaganda.
Yes. Hang on, what? No, what?
She gave the kids with blue eyes propaganda to believe that they were amazing and the others were shit. Am I talking like a primary school child?
No, I think I mean, it's setting up a structure in which some people are envisaged better than others, right? Which you could say is the social.
Is that not what propaganda is?
No,
I mean,
not really.
Propaganda is you telling people false facts.
I think.
Yeah, but the race issue that it always had, white supremacy and everything else.
Yeah.
That's not propaganda. That's being brought up to believe that you are superior to.
But isn't that like indoctrination, and that comes from propaganda?
I mean.
Yeah, propaganda is a product of the situation. I think it's one of the aspects of.
I feel so thick right now.
I'm not feeling much better.
I know what you're saying. It's kind of, but not.
Okay.
You know, like propaganda is.
Was it Goebbels in Nazi Germany?
Yeah, yeah. But that was to like propaganda saying that you're doing well in the war, saying that Jews are bad, everything else to put down Jews certainly. But before that, you had with slavery and everything else, and treating people different, taking away people's stuff. Throughout history, we've always had it, and it hasn't always been pushed by propaganda. Propaganda was, especially in Nazi Germany with Goebbels. Was a lot to get people to allow what the Nazis were doing and saying, "Oh, it's all fine. They're enjoying themselves. We're sending these all away. You're happy."
Oh yeah, I saw one of those films of the concentration camps, and they were all like running around in the stripy suits, like having fun.
It's exactly the same what happened with the Chinese concentration camps that the BBC did last week, where they were allowed into the Chinese concentration camps.
The BBC, fucking hell. Sorry, carry on.
No,
they're horrific. Like they've gone way. They just don't report the news accurately.
Like
what you're talking about.
Oh no! I mean, they went into the Chinese concentration camp, and everyone was smiling and happy. They were all playing their things, and the BBC made the point and said to them, to the Chinese. Managers and everything, that what you're doing is brainwashing these people, aren't you?
Oh shit, you've disproved my point.
Yeah. Look
at me trying to get knowledgeable. But the BBC are like, people are just not reading them anymore because they're so...
Oh, I mean, they have a selection of people who are slightly untoward. John Humphrey seemingly doesn't know anything.
Yeah.
Andrew Neil complains about the left whilst he... is like on the board of The Spectator.
Oh yeah, the guy that runs The Spectator, I don't know if I should say this, comes into where I work.
Francis Nilsson.
Fraser Nilsson,
yeah.
He runs The Spectator, is he? Oh, okay, I didn't know that.
He's the editor, yeah.
Oh wow, okay.
And he keeps on wondering why racism keeps on going up, and then allows Rod Liddell to write a racist piece in his fucking thing.
Yeah.
People like him and fucking Brendan O'Neill. Oh God! Imagine your life being just having to be wrong all of the time.
Yeah.
Like some fucking you see it where someone is treading on a hamster, and a film's come out of someone treading on a hamster saying, "Yeah, hamsters are jerks," and then Brendan O'Neill has to wake up and go, "What am I right? You know, he's treading on a hamster. Right? Okay. Right. Treading on a hamster is good." Because women are taking over,
Do you remember at the beginning I said if you squeeze a hamster? Me and Ron Liddell, what's his name?
Oh, Rod Liddell.
Okay, good. We are on a level, me and him. Is he a racist? Yeah.
Massive.
Right.
Absolutely
shit.
Massive.
I don't like him.
Yeah, he wrote something.
He's written so many things.
Yeah, but he wrote something the other day where it was racist, and then the next line was, "I suppose people probably call me racist for that." Yeah.
Why don't people understand what racism is? It's so upsetting. A guy came into where I work the other day, and there was some terrorist attack, I can't remember where, and he was like, "It's the Muslims," and I was like, "No, it's not. It's extreme people." Sorry, I'm talking rubbish, and you looked at your watch.
Oh no, I look at the watch just to know how far we've done, what we've got left, what space we have for anything else.
What space do we have?
We've got 20 minutes.
Sweet.
So we've got. Let's go on to arms, shall we? British arms, weapons.
Yeah,
weapons.
okay.
Oh, not that kind.
Well,
of
the British arms sales to Saudi Arabia have been ruled unlawful by the Court of Appeal in a judgment that has also accused ministers of ignoring whether airstrikes that killed Yemeni citizens broke international law.
I mean, what can you say about that?
Well, how do you feel about selling weapons to other countries?
I don't love it. I mean, it's not good, is it? But the problem is, like, most of our, that's one of our only industries that's left, right? I'm not defending it at all. But
It's our third highest
exactly.
earning, yes.
What are our top three?
Is banking still up there? Or
Yeah, financial.
all the good ones.
Yeah, the financial sector, arms, and tutting. I believe.
Tutting.
Tutting. We sell tutting around the world. Yeah. What was that? Your tut?
That's good, wasn't it?
You're having a mare today, aren't you?
I'm actually having a great time. I know nothing. This is becoming very clear to me.
I don't know. Well, I think it's going quite well.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
London iced tea. What makes it London?
I don't know. It's just.
London. Oh, because gin, isn't it? London gin.
Is iced tea gin?
No, this is.
No, London. London gin.
No, this is vodka.
Oh.
I don't know what makes
London
it London.
iced tea. Long Island, London.
I don't know.
I used to run a cocktail bar. This is why I find this interesting. Sorry to go off piste.
Oh no. Now, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, we shouldn't sell arms to the Saudis, is my view.
Well, yes. I don't think we should be selling arms to Saudi Arabia, because one of the things for us to sell arms is that we have to take into consideration whether or not citizens will be harmed. So before we do a contract to sell weapons, we need to do some form of risk assessment.
And we don't do that.
Well,
Clearly
not well.
Clearly,
Not
there's
well.
some
With weapons of any kind, like America, people are going to get hurt. Like,
Well, yeah, that's something that I don't understand too much about. You selling a bomb to someone,
and then being like, as long as no one gets hurt. What the fuck?
But like 3 judges said that the decision to take in secret in 2016 had led to them to decide that Johnson, Hunt, and Fox had illegally signed off on arms exports without properly assessing the risk to civilians.
Hunt is a cunt. Oh.
I mean, that's one hell of 3 people in a room, isn't it?
Yeah, 2 of them are the last 2, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's the point.
Jesus Christ.
So they're potentially illegally selling weapons to Saudi
They're
Arabia.
little fuckers, aren't they? Do you know what's happened? It's like when you get the bullies in the playground that normally no one would allow to like speak, and suddenly they're running the country.
Mm.
Like they should be away playing in like a bouncy castle somewhere and killing each other with like sticks, not running the country. This is mental.
It is certainly a worry. I mean, the idea of any risk assessment with bombs about whether or not civilians are going to get hurt, especially in Yemen, because I don't know what Saudi Arabia's issue with Yemen is, especially their funerals. It's
What?
every time that Yemen has a funeral, Saudi Arabia bomb it. I don't know what Saudi Arabia have a problem with their funerals.
Well, surely they have funerals in Saudi Arabia.
Yes.
So why can't Yemen have them?
I don't know.
Yeah, we can't afford the bombs, I don't think.
Well, yeah, I mean, maybe Saudi Arabia think they're helping. So, oh, you think that's 6 foot? I'll show you. Bang, that's 6 foot.
Oh, like they're helping to dig the grave.
Yeah.
That's a very fucked up logic.
I mean, I'm not known for my sweetness.
Oh no, because I actually thought you were saying the truth. Shit. Okay.
I think there would be more uproar in the world if
If that was-
Saudi Arabia
Well, no,
came
'cause
out
they,
and
like-
said,
If that's what they put in the risk assessment.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like, well,
taking arms
Saudi,
quicker.
why do you keep on bombing Yemen? Well, we're helping them with their graves. I mean, this is the thing. You
No, but
know.
it sounds plausible because you hear some really mental stuff about Saudi Arabia. So like, because you're like the truth knower of all politics, I was like, wow, that's.
Oh, but sometimes I just say jokes.
Do one.
Yeah.
About Dave.
It's not all true. Right, have we got any final stories
Final
before
stories.
I go through?
I think we've...
Any thoughts? Nothing?
I wouldn't ask me what my thoughts are, because they're going to be about celebrity culture.
I could do with a bit of light right now. Do you have any
Bit of
celebrity
light.
news?
Well,
I have
I
a
will
light show.
let you know that when Ashley said that he was going to talk about arms, I thought he meant like arms, and I was going to talk about how I was quite pleased that I toned mine through yoga, and that I was using Michelle Obama as like a
That's your message from Michelle Obama. Firm arms.
oh. No, but it's the thing, when she was first like in office, she had everyone was talking about her arms.
I missed that.
Were they?
Yeah,
I thought she'd written like an inspiring book about leadership.
and arms.
And arms.
Oh,
Okay,
good.
vaccinations.
Oh, I don't like anti-vaxxers.
No?
No.
Because there's a global survey of attitudes towards science, and it revealed that the lack of confidence in vaccines in Europe, only 59% of people in Western Europe and 50% in the east of Europe think vaccines are safe. Worldwide average is 79%.
That's mental.
What's the argument that is it because
That
you're
they're
injecting?
unsafe.
Yeah, but why?
Because they think they cause autism, don't they?
I mean, that's one of it, you know. Others, I mean, you see them all going like, oh, you're putting mercury in your body, mercury isn't safe.
Yeah, but if
They're
you
going,
eat
you're not a
sushi-
scientist.
If you eat sushi, the tuna has high levels of mercury.
Yes.
So whoever said that is never allowed sushi.
I doubt that they would. The type of people who go vaccines aren't safe aren't the type of people who go, you know what, I would love some fucking sushi about now.
I fancy some sashimi.
Yeah. I'm not sure if there's a correlation between how stupid you are and how basic your taste buds are. There may
Why are you looking at me when you say that?
Because we were talking.
Good.
Eye contact's key.
I just felt that. I was like, how stupid you are. Good. I mean, it's accurate, so I can't really.
No, I was looking at you because we were in
Having
middle of a
conversation.
conversation.
Yeah, okay, good. Okay.
I mean, your immense self-confidence there shining through.
Yeah. What are we talking about? Mercury.
Well,
Yeah.
I've got a friend who hasn't vaccinated her child,
Why?
and it's a different conversation to have because you don't want to tell them what to do, but you kind of have to tell them what to do. Like,
What's her
Well,
reasoning?
why?
she just doesn't believe in vaccinations. It was a conversation around the campfire. She's a hippie.
You're such a hippie. Look at your hair. Of course, you had a conversation around a campfire.
How would you stop this rise of anti-vaccinations? Because it's dangerous for other children.
Can I say Facebook again? It all comes down to Facebook. If you control what people read and you control what they think, and that's the situation, isn't it? Like, it's allowing mad news to spread.
Because of the Russians controlling everything, like in Homeland, they're probably trying to get the population down by telling everyone that they shouldn't vaccinate their children. So probably it's a ploy by the Russians.
Well, it all stems from
Also-
one scientific study that has been debunked years and years ago by a British doctor, I believe. Can't remember his
And
name.
it was
but his
debunked,
name-
did you say?
Yeah, straight away, almost straight away. But it fucking took on a life of its own.
It's
Everyone
like
went, well, this is the
Victorian
reason.
times. You know when there was like religion versus science and everyone had a crisis?
Yeah.
It's a bit like that again. We're all heading towards like an emotional crisis. Because things like Frankenstein came out around that time, and these days we've got like, what was that thing there just was about a person that was like built? Oh, there was a program about someone being built out of like computers and...
Terminator? That was a while ago.
Yeah, that just came
I
out.
Robot? Not a clue.
I'll think about it. I'll text you later.
Weird science.
No, it's like. Oh, Black Book. No,
Are you talking about
Black Mirror?
Black Mirror. Shit.
Okay.
I haven't watched it.
Why? It's really good.
I don't watch a lot of TV.
Oh, that's why you know so much.
Yeah, I don't have tons of time. I
Okay.
spend too much time getting depressed.
Black mirror wouldn't help.
Getting free nose jobs.
Yeah. Right, before I go through the final bits of news, do we have anything to plug?
Oh yeah, I'm going to Edinburgh and I'm doing a show with...
Now you can look in the camera to plug to them.
I'm going to Edinburgh and I'm doing a show with Chris Sav and Robin Steegman at the Novotel at 6:15 every day throughout August.
What's it called?
Our mothers wouldn't watch this.
Nice. Yourself?
I've got nothing to plug. I'm just here for the news. So thanks for having me.
Oh,
Can I one more thing?
Yeah, of course.
Do we think that Putin has had Botox?
Oh, almost certainly.
Definitely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
That's news versus celeb culture kind of nicely joined there. That was expertly done.
Put it in together.
Very firm arms.
And also, Michael Gove is always dehydrated. So you can tell by his lips. He's always dehydrated.
Whenever I see him, he's jogging. So
he does like to
he
fucking.
likes to jog. His lip really goes.
Him, Jeremy Hunt loves to jog.
I
Boris
listened to a
Johnson.
podcast the other day when he was jogging while being interviewed. Jeremy
What
Hunt.
the fuck?
I mean, none of these people are remotely human, are they?
What the fuck? Jogging and talking.
Yeah.
Did I?
I can't even eat a sandwich and walk. Like, I'm not going to run a country while I'm jogging.
I was looking for the pun.
Yeah. Right. Okay. I want final pieces of news that we didn't get through to. Yana Peel, the head of the Serpentine Gallery and self-described human rights and freedom of expression activist, has resigned from her role after it was revealed that she is the co-owner of an Israeli cyber weapons company. Madrid's new right-wing city council has in effect shut down the Spanish capital's low emission zone because fuck the world. Facebook has announced a digital currency called Libra, which is going to really just make everything so much worse. Paul Crowther, who chucked a milkshake over Farage, pleaded guilty to assault charges. Going to have to do 150 hours of unpaid work, 350 to cover costs for Farage's lapel mic and...
His suit was from Primark. Like, what's he talking about?
the lapel mic.
Oh, right, sorry.
What else have you got?
The Serpentine Pavilion's good. Just throw that one in. Little.
Labour MP for Walthamstow, Stella Creasy, says that IPSA, the body which budgets for or regulates MP pay, have made it impossible to fulfil her responsibilities to her constituents once her baby's been born, because fuck women.
Sorry. Fuck women.
Yeah, that was that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. The Brexit Party has been told to check all of the £2.5 million worth of donations to ensure it hasn't accepted anything from foreigners again, because they're corrupt. You're voting for them. You're idiots. You've got the Xinjiang. You've got the Global Survey of Attitudes. US concentration camps. The Ministry of Justice don't like data that contradicts them. That's something going on at the moment as well. And Iran has shot down a drone, a US drone, meaning we're going to have a war soon. So that should be fun for the summer, just before the Ashes. I would like to thank my guests. Thank you very much for coming down.
Thank you.
You can... this isn't happening next week because I've got other things to do. But it is the week after, so I'll see you then. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Utter cunt. I've only gone and done it again.
Oh no.
What happened?